etc. This is the answer, yes, and it has been for so many people. Good afternoon, hello, hi, my name is Dan. Please come on in. I welcome you. We're going to discuss this amazing little contraption because this is more than just a cool little scooter. This is giving someone independence and freedom once again and giving people back their self-dignity and self-respect. If you have someone in your family who has suffered an injury, maybe it's an individual that just has mobility issues and finds it difficult to walk, you have absolute complete control over this. There are safety features built into it that are the best I've ever seen, and it comes to us from the #1 brand name in mobility scooters, and that's EV. I get to introduce you. Ta-da!
Hello, hello. I always feel like Miss Evie Ryder when I do this, you know?
Miss Evie Ryder.
It's a title.
This is Denise Repko.
Hi, guys.
Denise has been bringing us some of our best personal wellness items now for a few hundred years.
I think since like 93.
93.
Yeah, long time.
I want to start off by saying this. This is a considered purchase. It is a $1,700 purchase.
Correct.
I also want to point out to our audience at home, check the prices on these scooters. Do your internet searches.
Yeah.
The old internet web. This is an amazing price tag. Every time that Denise and I get a chance to work together, we'll hear stories of families that go in as a family to be able to offer this as an alternative for that word no when asked, would you like to go X, Y, and Z?
Exactly, and that's why I love EV Ryder, because they're all about ease of use. They want you to get this home and be able to figure it out like that, and it's a lot about safety. So what I like to say with this particular model, actually when Dan said do your research, also check the weight, because this is our lightest model that we bring here to QVC. It only weighs 44 pounds. But what I like to tell people about EV Ryder with this model is EV Ryder is as easy as 1, 2, 3. So this comes to your home fully assembled out of the box, but there's just 3 simple steps to fold it and unfold it. And I'm going to show you what they are right now.
All right, let's do it.
Step number 1, you
because
fold the
keep in
seat
mind,
back down.
if you're going to use it at home,
Yeah.
that makes sense. But if you're going to put it in the trunk of a car or in the back of an SUV,
you're going to want to fold it.
You're going to want to fold it. So watch
Absolutely.
this. This is really cool.
Yeah, so step number 1, you just fold the seat back down. Step number 2, there's a little lever here that says press. So you can press it with your foot, you can press it with your hand. What it does, it disengages the bed of your scooter to allow you to fold it in half. You upright it. That's step number 3. Now, the beauty of this is if you're using it for travel or you're storing it away, you don't have to carry it. It rolls, it's on wheels. I'll show you when we ride it, it's got a great turn radius, but even on wheels, it's got a great turn radius. Now, when you want to unfold it, again, 3 simple steps. You always start from flat.
Right.
So that little lever there that says press, that's red, you push it, it opens the deck. Now listen to this step number 2, because it's our most important.
You want it to click.
Clicks in the base. Step 3, now you're ready to go ride and do what you want to do when you want to do it.
Our price tag is $1,699 and change. Our shipping and handling, that's been taken care of. And by the way, that's a savings of almost $40.
Wow.
Because again, it does weigh in at a weight that's 42 pounds.
Oh, you have 42, okay.
It will hold a 250-pound adult.
Yeah.
That's really important. Now, when I remember, and we're going back, and it wasn't that long ago, scooters such as this, the first original ones weighed in at over 100 pounds.
That's correct, way over.
Which meant if Grandma was having mobility issues, it didn't help her to have the scooter because she couldn't lift the darn thing to put it in the back of the car. Now, at 42 pounds, it's reasonable. It has a tight turning radius, so in your home, it makes sense. But where it really becomes a blessing to the individual who has it is getting them back outside.
Absolutely.
Charging it is easier than ever before. You don't need to pull the batteries out.
Nope.
I've got 4 little race cars here in color. Now, by the way, top speed is 4 miles an hour.
Correct.
4. And you look at that and you go, 4 miles an hour? That's a turtle's pace. No. The average human being walks at 3.1 miles per hour.
How do you know that?
I knew she was going to ask me before the show this morning.
Okay, you researched it.
I did a Google search.
Oh, that's funny.
And I typed in how fast do people walk, and it said the average individual walks 3.1 miles per hour.
So this can go faster than that if you want it.
Yeah, in other words, you're going to be able to keep up. You're not leaving anybody behind.
You're not holding anybody up.
I got 4 really pretty colors. That's the copper that is always popular. This is the purple, which is the most limited. I have selected
Blue.
the Caribbean blue for my own
Kind
vehicle.
of a sprucey blue, if anybody at home wants to know.
And then you've got that ever popular
Red.
kind of race car red.
Yeah.
Now, let's show them some of the safety features.
Okay.
And the best way to do it, we'll go for a ride.
Oh, let's go for a ride.
After
Okay.
you.
Well, you know, a few things that I really love about this, and I mentioned it in my intro. This comes to you fully assembled out of the box, guys. So, not only is it our latest model, but it only weighs 42 pounds. There's no assembly, there's no disassembly. So sometimes when you get into those bigger heavy duty scooters, you have to take it apart. You have to go into 4 or 5 different pieces. You have to take it apart, then you have to put it back together. Not with this. It's a simple 1, 2, 3 fold, 1, 2, 3 unfold. So it's great. This is TSA cleared. So if you were putting off a big trip,
Right.
know that
Or
this will
a
drive
cruise.
you right up to the gate at the airport.
For cruising, etc. Now,
Oh, absolutely.
Now, by the way, this is one of the most ingenious guide systems you've ever seen. I'm going to spin this around so that our overhead camera can pick it up. And by the way, you've got
Yeah.
full reverse as well as forward.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, when you sit down, you've got a nice padded seat.
Yeah, it's cushioned.
Designed for up to a 250-pound adult.
Correct, yeah.
Listen, I don't need a bike seat anymore.
Nope.
I have outgrown the Schwinn banana seat of my youth.
The seat's padded, the
Now,
seat back's padded.
You'll also notice that it does not have armrests, and there's a reason. Our
Yep.
viewers actually asked for that.
Correct.
Because they felt like it was somewhat restricted.
Correct.
So here is the yoke, and this yoke is adjustable up and down with
Mm-hmm.
the turn of a handle right here. So I'm 5'8", 5'9".
Okay.
You could be 6'2", 6'3",
Yeah.
etc.
I'm 5'3" and it fits me as well.
Simple on-off switch for your lights,
Mm-hmm.
which, by the way, I'll show you the lights, but they're on the front and also the back. You do have a key.
Two keys.
Yeah, so that you are secure, not having to worry about it. This, you only need that when you're riding directly behind Denise.
It's a safety feature, so you can not only be seen with the headlight and taillight, but you
But
can be
heard.
heard as well.
This is somewhat like your throttle control speed. That's your governor. You've got low and you've got high.
Yep.
Every time I go on the air with Denise, she has mine set all the way
I
down.
try to sneak in the low.
and I
but-
crank it all the way up to the top.
Yeah.
Here's your gas gauge, so to speak, on
Mm-hmm.
how you're doing on your charge. And what can I expect at 4 miles an hour in terms of length of charge or distance?
You can expect up to 9 miles or
Wow.
2 hours continuous use. Now that's going to depend on the terrain and the weight of the person, obviously. But we also have what's called a dual throttle system. What I love about this, Dan, is it doesn't require any amount of hand-eye coordination
And
or
there's no
dexterity.
squeezing.
No,
So
exactly.
the brakes that are on this are revolutionary in the world of these
Here's
special cars.
forward, here's back. All you do is let go, by the way. It's called electromagnetic brakes, as you know.
Yep.
I had to learn about it because it means mom, grandma, whoever's using this, doesn't have to search for a brake, so you
Yeah.
never have to worry, well, what if they can't find the brake? What if they don't get to it in time? All you do is let go, and you come to that nice, smooth, steady, safe stop.
It becomes so intuitive so easily. So allow me, if you will,
Yes.
Denise, I'm going to take it over there.
Okie doke.
And I'm going to come back at you full ramp.
Oh,
Here we
okay.
go.
You want me to just like stand here?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Now again, this thing will go up to 4 miles an hour. An average person walks at about 3.1. And I'm going to let go of the brake in 3, 2, 1.
Pretty
It
easy.
comes to an automatic stop, and it's a smooth,
Yeah.
gradual stop, not a jarring.
Yeah.
You don't have anything you have to squeeze. To operate this is simple enough with just one
Simple,
finger.
yeah.
Because they're spring loaded.
Yep.
And this yoke is very responsive.
Yeah.
So you can maneuver something as tight as around the dining room
Oh,
chair.
absolutely.
And I'm sitting at the same height that I'm sitting at if I were in a dining room chair.
Absolutely. So you could sit at a desk, an office desk, and do your work. You could sit in a restaurant, and instead of opting for a seat at the table, bring your
Right.
EV Rider scooter right up because it's the perfect height. And it also, Dan, by the way, has solid tires, so you'll never get caught with a flat tire with EV Rider. It's solid. We've got beautiful fleck paint. The bed is even carpeted, and don't forget those seats are padded, and the backrest is padded as well.
Okay, Denise and I both know it is a considered purchase. It's almost $1,700, but we have it at a fraction of the price of what you would have it elsewhere.
Correct.
And we have sold, amazingly, tens of thousands of them here at QVC. So what we do is we offer you 2 wonderfully distinctive ways to do it. We have Easy Pay, and that Easy Pay is 6 payments. It breaks down to $283.33. I've got a family of 5 kids. Okay? Free shipping and handling certainly helps as well.
Yeah.
But then there's also something else. And if you have a Q card, we have a special 18-month interest-free financing program available on that Q card.
That's awesome.
So it's not just 6 months in which to pay for it, it's a year and a half. If you need even more time to pay for it, you've got it, but there will be an interest rate that will be accrued after the 18 months. For so many families, this is how you get mom, grandma, dad back out and about.
Yeah.
I told this story before, and I hope you'll have series to share as well. My father is in his late 90s. My father is one of the last surviving members of his Marine Corps flight squadron. And a few years ago, they had a reunion in Washington, D.C. There were 4 men left in his squadron, but there was a younger squadron of pilots from the same squadron which flew during Vietnam.
Okay.
It was the Triple Trace. It was 333. Wow. My father's squadron was disbanded after World War II. It was started up again with the Vietnam War and the conflict. Those young men and their families accepted my father and the other living survivors as members of their squadron.
Wow.
And we went to Washington, D.C. for a reunion. There's a lot of walking.
Yes. Oh, of course. Yeah.
The scooter is the only thing that kept us from being able
that got you there.
Got us able to go. Yeah.
You know,
So-
speaking of Marine, my dad's actually a retired Marine, so I should say Semper Fi. Is that
There
what he
he
says?
is. Semper
That's
Fi.
my dad. Now, my dad's a
Hoorah.
retired Marine. He's also a retired corporal of the state police, and he's also the father of 7, of which I am the oldest. So we noticed that my
The
dad
man was an overachiever.
He's a little
I'm
bit of an
telling ya.
overachiever. We noticed that Dad was pulling back from doing those things, especially those cruises that he
Yep.
loved to do with my mom. He knows about mobility scooters. We had a family business for 35 years that had mobility scooters. But he said, as a proud Marine corporal, I don't need one of those things.
Right.
So my brothers and sisters, we all went in, we took an easy pay, and we got one for my dad. Well, he loved it. He loves it. He uses it. The picture that you saw was my son's wedding. That was my dad.
And that was a couple weeks ago.
It was the end of June.
Yeah.
So he would not have been able to make it to my son's wedding, which would have crushed me.
Yeah.
But because of Evie Ryder, he was there at the wedding. He was in all of the pictures. My granddaughters, his great-granddaughters, call him Big Papa, and they loved having him there as much as I did.
If we go back 15 years ago, anything that was mobility related looked like it was owned by old people.
Yeah.
You know, it was battleship gray, tennis balls at the bottom.
Oh gosh,
right?
yeah.
Now, you know, the ego portion of it, a lot of that has been taken care of. Now we've got race car red. It weighs in at 42 pounds. And that's, by the way, just so you know, the batteries are in this one. Look, the lights are lit.
Yep.
Denise will climb on and take it for a spin.
Take it for a spin, shall we?
Absolutely. It will hold a 250-pound adult.
That's correct.
I will follow you.
Okay. Oh, you will?
I will not bump you off the road.
Thank you. Don't beep the
She
horn at me,
worries.
because I
Yeah.
am a safe Evie Ryder driver. But again, for all those things, all those big venues, like in all the years now that I've been presenting Evie Ryder at QVC, I'm going to stop right here, Dan, because I want to show you that, guys, remember what I said about the table?
Right.
This is perfect height for dining. So if you're out at a restaurant or your card night or bingo night or you just want to have dinner with your friends and family, all you do is turn yourself sideways and you can enjoy just being at the table as well. But what I love about Evie Ryder over all the years that I've been selling it, again, is that people relate to how easy it is and the ability that it gives them to say yes. So I've had so many people over the years say they use it for big trips like conventions and big vacations. But there are also people who use this for everyday chores or in and around the house. It can be for travel, or it can be for just everyday use staying at home.
If you've had an injury, and I have, I walked with a cane for over 6 months.
Oh my gosh,
when
yeah.
I was in my late 30s because of a ruptured disc in my back.
Yeah.
And just getting my dinner plate from the table to the sink
It's a chore.
was a major. Yeah, you said chore. Well,
Pain.
yeah, thank you.
Okay.
But my wife would go, "I'll get that."
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm not going to apologize for male ego.
Yeah.
And there's so many times. My dad's the same way. My dad is 5'4". He's in his late 90s, and I'm still afraid of him.
That's respect.
Ex-military, Marine Corps. And telling my father to slow down isn't going to happen.
Yeah.